Chat can hear us now, by the way.
Oh shit.
Oh, why the fuck did the Roll20 get signed out on here? And why didn't I check it earlier?
Hee hee.
I gotta turn Venti up a bit. Alrighty.
It was still muted.
Yes, I know, but she's at least here.
Okay. I mean, it's still like the first thing we do is talk to Rain. So if she's
Yes.
not here and able to talk,
I know, but
fair enough.
Yeah, I'm here and able to talk. Don't worry.
Whoa!
Hee.
I just,
you
guys go with like a recap or something. I'm not sure if you guys have already
yeah,
done that.
we are going to do recap.
What if I just take 2 bracers of defense?
They don't
What if I
stack.
just
They
say
don't
no?
I know they don't. But like,
So last we left off, you all found yourselves in the Feywild. You traveled to the Wildlands with the implication that with the implication that the that Fathom is within the Wild Hunt, and you found him there. You also found Amaryllis, Helibor's apparently not dead mother. And Huntsmaster declared that you would be the target of a hunt after some discussion and the reveal that Todd's true identity is Mortem von Zarovich, one of the 3 heretic kings. Amaryllis seemed very upset about this deception, and insisted that she didn't want her daughter to have anything to do with a heretic. During the hunt, a shadow dragon appeared, the ruler of the Wildlands, and knocked you from the sky. You survived the hunt, and not only that, but you saved Huntsmaster's life. And so she has promised to repay that debt in kind. Todd spoke with, I believe Fernek and Helibor were the only 2 that Todd got to speak with before the end of session, but he intended to speak with everyone.
I also talked to Amaryllis and said what I needed to say to Huntsmaster.
Okay. As morning comes, Todd goes to find Rain. And that's where we're going to start today's session.
You know, I'm kind of curious as to what Todd has to say to Marshall.
Todd always talks to Marshall. Okay. We just don't cover it because we didn't want to have like 4 hours of me just ranting to Marshall. Todd will try to pull Rain aside and say something has been bothering you, and I believe I know what it is, but I would like to hear it in your words.
I'm sorry. Just a moment. I'm gonna switch you over to my
No
laptop
moments.
that way. Guys.
I can't believe this. Nope, it's canon now that Rain just freezes and doesn't know what to say, and then T-poses.
Okay. Stuffy of a kangaroo that I don't think it's mine.
I wish it was like a social norm that whatever someone is like deer in the headlights gets frozen, they just instinctively T-pose.
Yes. T-posing. When someone wants to hide, they just fall through the map.
Yeah.
If there's like the Gmod pop blocking sound for like a couple seconds and then they're just gone.
That one episode of Amazing Digital Tech. Okay, anyways.
Yep.
Before we go on tangents, oh gosh. How soon into the morning does Todd seek out Rain? Like, has Rain already been up and about doing things?
Yeah, this isn't like first thing in the morning I wake up Rain and grab him. No, like I wait until we're setting up, getting ready to leave, and I find a time where everyone is still preparing stuff that I can pull him aside.
Okay, I imagine at this time Rain is currently repacking his items, making sure everything's in the right pouches. He's probably slipping on his boots right now after and so due to this, he's probably shoving various different items in said boots.
Yeah. Imagine putting on your boots is a long process for Rain.
Yes. Especially with the kind of boots he has. Anyways. Rain kind of just shrugs. I mean, with the current situation, I imagine a lot is bothering everyone at the moment.
Rain, I am still the same person you have been traveling with.
At that, Rain kind of gives like a doubtful look, like a sure you are.
I apologize for keeping this from you, but I'm sure you, of all people, can understand why I did.
Oh yeah, just don't be surprised when everyone else starts keeping secrets as well. I mean, sure, you did eventually come out and tell us, and I do understand the reason for keeping your secrets.
Todd raises an eyebrow and says, "Oh, now you are going to start keeping secrets."
I mean, everyone always keeps secrets, whether it be intentional or not. Sometimes people don't even realize that withholding information is important.
Indeed. I never doubted that there was importance to holding information. I kept what I did from you for your protection, as well as my own. But it is also important to realize when it is time to let the information go.
Well said. Let me ask you this, Todd. What exactly is this group to you? Each individual here, I want you to explain to me what each individual in this group means to you.
Well, Helibor is my daughter. That is the easiest to describe. Fernick is an old enemy turned a friend, and I respect him greatly, and I trust him with my life, and I praise that he trusts me with the same. And you, I pray this doesn't come off the wrong way, but I feel towards you similarly as I do towards Helibor.
At that, Rain kind of during the whole explanation as to what each party member means to Todd, Rain has his hands clasped together, and he's definitely trying to appear intimidating, but something ticks him off when you mention feeling similar kinship that you do towards Helibor, that you do towards Rain. And he just scoffs. Look, Todd, we've known each other, what, how long now, DM? That went from in character to out of character in the same way.
Yeah.
I
With
believe-
no change in voice.
I believe it's been like a month and a half, 2 months.
Okay. We've known each other for what? A couple months? I'm sure for you
Indeed.
that's not very long at all. I mean, you've been around since, what? Dawn time, practically?
Practically. Do you doubt that I care for you, right?
It's not that I don't doubt that you care for me. I'm sure in your own ways you do. It's just, when you live that long, you grow used to things. I'm sure you're very used to death and, well, having to do what you feel is right. I'm just saying, perhaps it's best, with such vast differences in our lifespans, that we just remain simple in our relationship, Todd.
I disagree. I got used to death and doing the right thing, as you say it, long before I was anywhere near this age. I was perhaps closer to yours than those lessons were thrust upon me earlier. But I am in a unique situation with that. This puzzles me a little, Rain. I have spoken with other immortals, many similarly long lifespan people, and they struggle to build relations with mortals. Many, after so many centuries, decide there is no point. That the immortal will always get the short end when it comes to grief. I come to you with open arms and trying to build a friendship, a relationship with you. And you reject me. What's not in it for you?
Seems to take a moment to really think about this. And not soon after he responds, I don't know what is in it for me by rejecting you or accepting. Both, I guess I can see both have their ups and downs. But how long do you really think that this group is going to last together, Todd? Why spend so long forming these relationships and friendships that are so personal and definitely not on just a business level or a, hey, we nearly died together, but more familiar? And I've just... Rain looks troubled, and at this moment, I imagine he probably gives up on putting on his shoes entirely. Like, the shoes forgotten to the side, and he stands up. You and Telebor have an actual blood connection. And more than that, but you've had children before. Helibor has always had a parent. Well, not always, but Helibor was raised with that. I guess what I'm getting at is I've never experienced something in that sense. I've never had necessarily a mentor or anything like that, and so I'm not very willing to just let you have that spot. Especially not when I don't even know what your true intentions are. I get it, you have never exactly done anything to harm us or put us in danger. In fact, I would say you've done the opposite. But in light of recent events, I need to make sure of some things before I go about trusting you. With what exactly you are and who you are, you're dangerous. Even more so than I thought. And I can't risk having you take down everything that I've worked to achieve. Or worse, becoming a potential weapon for someone else. Although, Todd, I do have a question myself, actually. Your weapon, do you know where it is?
You asked quite a few questions, Sincere. I am unsure of where Domi is. If it was reachable, I would have it.
Rain's gonna insight check that.
Go ahead. Todd, roll persuasion or deception. You know which one you're rolling.
17.
I went ahead and rolled just because you did the insight, but I want to know I wasn't done with my sentence.
Okay, you're fine, you're fine.
So that is an 11 on my check, but the rest of my sentence was I have suspicions that it may be underwater in the ocean.
Given the difference in roles, is Todd lying?
No.
Rain will just shrug. Well, do you want to know whether your suspicions are correct or not?
You have a way of confirming this?
I have a potential idea as to whether or not it is true or not. But would this tempt you to go retrieve your weapon?
Wherever Demi may be, it has likely been there for a very long time, and it can wait. I would not abandon you or this group for it.
Pardon me, but I don't exactly know if that was a yes or a no to my question. Do you want to know my information or no?
If you are willing to give it.
I'll give you a freebie this time. Your I believe, I'm not entirely sure on this. Your weapon is either currently in water, or it's in a trap that if you do seek to retrieve it, it will become submerged in water, as will you.
How do you know this?
I said one freebie, didn't I?
Very well. I pray, Rain, that I am able to rebuild the trust, the very little trust I feel I already had. And I pray further that you can grow to trust me more. An answer to your previous question about how long this group, how long I believe it will remain, I do not see the point in measuring this. Rain, when you have grown as old as I, you come to realize everything is temporary. If you discount the importance of something just because it will not last forever, then nothing will matter to you. Nothing lasts forever. And that is why everything is important to be cherished. I don't know how long I will remain with you, but I will make sure I cherish every moment.
And maybe in the future we can both look upon the memories we have of each other and enjoy them.
I hope so. Is that all for your questions? I'm certain you have others.
Oh, I have plenty. But alas, I think it is time we get moving. We are on a time schedule after all.
Indeed. And on second thought, he kind of glances over at Amaryllis and says, perhaps it's better to keep questions to ourselves for now.
Was the glance obvious?
Terrain. He's trying not to make it obvious to Amaryllis, but
Okay.
he's definitely not being subtle about it to Rain.
Rain will look over at Amaryllis. Something, have a bit of a lover's quarrel?
You could say that.
Just know, if you guys start fighting over who gets custody, well, I'm going with Hellebore.
This is the correct allegiance to have.
We can agree on that.
I am sorry. I apologize deeply. It's the dangers that may befall you now that you are aware of who I am.
That's just another thing to tack onto a very long list. Don't worry yourself about it too much, Todd.
I know not how many of my enemies still exist, but I am not foolish enough to believe it is zero.
I mean, you have one standing right before you, after all. Rain attempts to crack his knuckles, but I imagine fails miserably.
Indeed, I very, very much should watch my back. Luckily, I have Marco to do that.
I would say sleep with one eye open, but you don't exactly sleep.
I got you there.
Seems you do.
All right. Todd will give Rain a nod and then turn to go finish preparations and leave Rain to his shields.
the rest of Rain's preparations consist of his shoes, probably. Bugger.
You gather yourselves and prepare for a day's journey. You've no idea how long has passed in the material, but Fernek at least can confidently say it hasn't been too long.
Yippee.
Vernican?
Yeah,
How?
don't worry about it.
Whoa.
Though Fernek can't give an exact time elapsed. As you begin your travel for the day.
Real quick.
Yes.
Real quick. All right. So I imagine this would probably occur a little bit after. Basically, like as soon as we're about to head over, Hellebore has been very obviously thinking quite hard about something like the entire morning. Much like the day before, she's just kind of off on her own, like staring across the water, seemingly contemplating. But as we begin to set forth in whatever direction we're going, she at probably a good 10-15 feet away, she will just call out to her mother. Mother.
Yes, dear?
She raises her head and looks at her and takes a deep breath. She seems more... She looks unsure, but more determined than you usually see her. Forgive me if this comes to naught, but I have suspicions on whether you are actually my mother. You have not been acting as you normally do at all. I feel as though I am accustomed to death. I know what it looks like, and I am fairly certain that that is what occurred. It is possible that you came back to life. However, if you did, I fear that there was a serious personality difference in there. You have never before tried to push me away. You have never been so rude to other people. You have never been so, quite honestly, mean. So, if you are my mother, I would ask that you answer a question for me to ease my mind.
Where is this coming from, dear?
Explains where it comes from. Where is this coming from?
Will you answer the question?
Of course. Whatever to ease your mind.
From most to least, what are my top 10 favorite animals?
That's really funny.
She stops, and she seems to really think about this for a moment before, after a long pause, she speaks up again and she says, "It's been so long since I've seen you, it's possible it has changed."
Oh no.
Hellebore seems to grow taller. Her back straightens and you see her tail begin to whip side to side like a cat that is about to pounce.
Was this a great conversation?
This is public. This is in front of
Okay.
everyone. Her fur raises. And if you were to look at her eyes right now, she seems almost unrecognizable. There is a fire there that you have not seen before. It is most akin to whenever she's transformed. Feral hatred. She's casting Moonbeam.
Whoa.
Oh shit. Okay.
I wanted to say, as soon as I feel like we're all like listening, and as soon as Amaryllis says that, the Todd's like, oh, and like reaches for his weapon.
Yeah, I was good. I thought this was
I feel
private,
like-
but no, this is public the moment this happened. In
Yeah,
front of us,
no.
like,
When that's
That's-
mentioned,
That's a con save, right?
It is. And I'm casting it at 3rd level.
Magic going into overprotection.
Oh, third level? Counterspell. Don't try
Okay.
and attack me, dear.
Todd about to pull up with the scythe. Don't try to attack me. Just
Okay. Selling a fucking druid spell. Teleport doesn't fucking. Okay, alright. She.
uses a not druid spell, Hellbore. Checkmate.
Oh god, give me a moment.
I feel like everyone's kind of getting the memo as to what's happening, though. Can, like, I don't know. I want Rain to activate a blade song in case we have to fight.
Okay.
Damn.
I'm pondering real quick.
This is when it's actually going to be Amaryllis. It's just, you know, they're multi-classed.
I will note that Hellebore has never seen Amaryllis counterspell before.
Yeah, no, she knows now this is not her. She knows, she's fully convinced. I'm just deciding.
Alright. Can I step in?
Okay, real quick.
You do your thing.
Yeah,
if you
she's-
didn't have anything to do, I would do something. But if you have something to do.
Okay. If that doesn't work, she's gonna cast it at 4th level.
Okay.
Again.
Fair enough. Yeah, okay, I'll roll the con save. That is a 12.
I like the idea that the moon, like, the beam starts, and then Amaryllis is like, no, and then Elevor's like, yes! It's stronger.
I like to think the way it happens is that the moon just kind of shows up. It's like pretty bright, like fires the beam that's immediately dispelled, and then it glows brighter, and then fires a stronger one.
Yep.
I will describe what this looks like. Yeah.
I assume a 12 fails?
It does fail. Real quick, what this looks like. You see 3 kind of like orbs begin to form, like shadows above the Amaryllis's head, and as the counter spell is kind of cast, they dissipate, like kind of flickering, almost like a strobe light, like out of existence, like a bulb that's like about to blow, before she opens her mouth, and there is like, it literally shouldn't be possible for like a sound like this to come out of a creature this small, but she basically roars. It's like a hiss. Steps forward, and the beams start again, like plugging a power outlet into the wall. It's just all at once. It's not bright, however. These three orbs kind of go into existence and differing shapes. You would recognize this is it's a mini replica of the moons. As they form, there is an odd light that kind of begins to stream from there. It is like moonlight, but a little bit darker, and it seems to kind of flicker in between like a lighter and a darker view on there. As it streams down, all of a sudden the figure catches a flame. It is Helibor's normal looking kind of flames, the black flames, but they do seem different. They seem brighter somehow, almost like a gray instead of a black. And yeah, I need a little roll damage.
Moonbeam gets rid of or reveals Shapechanger's true forms, right?
It
Sure
does
does.
indeed.
Yes. Okay.
That's 31 damage, 31 radiant.
Okay. Give me a second. I need to double check something real quick and just make sure that that doesn't outright kill them.
Damn.
I don't think it does. It shouldn't, but I need to double check just to be safe. 31,
That's
you
honestly
said?
so good if it does. 31, yeah.
It does not.
Shit.
But as the moonbeam strikes down, you see the form of Amaryllis shift and change, forcibly reverting back to a pure white-skinned, white-haired humanoid who kind of stumbles out of the moonbeam and immediately speaks up. Wait!
Helibor is wild shaping. Unless we're in unless we're in initiative, she is wild shaping and going for an attack.
Okay, go ahead.
This one, Fernic will be stepping in from. We need info, not a corpse.
Mm. Todd would also step in, but to attack them.
Oh, for fuck's sakes. Okay.
Look, okay, you have to understand. You have to understand this. We need info, but this guy could be capable of casting teleport, and he now knows who Todd is.
Again, very true. However, we don't need a corpse right now.
I think we need a corpse right now. I'm sorry, Tate.
I'm stepping into attack.
Okay.
I think Helibor would be closer to attack first
Yeah.
unless Fernic stopped her.
Okay, let's
I just need. I don't have a way to like
let's
stop and then also restrain this person. We need to knock this person out first.
let's roll initiative.
Okay.
We'll start there.
Why did I not roll initiative?
What?
I just sat there staring at my screen.
Come on, Fernic Days, don't let me down. I can fix this.
Also, when Helibor, you said she opened her mouth and made a sound, I immediately thought of this.
Goddamn. Turns out Hellbor was a Warforged all along.
Again, why do I do this to myself?
Don't panic.
Okay. 25 to 20.
21.
Did someone
Fucking
else?
hell. I got a soft 20.
Okay.
Oh.
20 to 15? 15 to 10?
14.
Todd?
5.
Okay. Changeling got a 15, so right in the middle. Fernek, you see Hellebore transform and begin to leap at the Changeling. What do you do?
For reference, he's
No, wait. Oh, go on.
transforming into a saber-toothed tiger.
Oh,
Ooh, hell yeah.
perfect. I knew being a a redemption paladin would come in against me at some point. Knowing what health she would be at would make this so much easier, but I don't know that.
What health Amaryllant is at?
Yes, Amaryllin. Um,
I had to fight the urge to call her that during combat last session. Or not last session, the session before. Because I had her in my notes as Amaryllant.
Can I just attempt to give her a fat smack on her jaw and knock her out?
You can certainly make a non-lethal attack.
Me trying to put real world physics into this game because I know how wrestling and boxing works, knowing full well that is not in this game.
Mhm.
Fuck me. Mm. Okay, here's what I'm gonna do. Can I attempt to just knock her over? Knock her prone.
Yeah, that's a shove.
Okay, we're gonna do that.
Okay. Roll athletics.
I'll be back.
Athletics. Why am I can't fucking read these dice. These are so dumb. 21.
22.
Fuck me. Okay.
That's your first attack, though. You do have 2, so if you want to attempt again.
I am going to do it again.
Okay.
Ooh, natural 20.
For a total of?
26.
Help me with the math here. Does 26 beat 10?
It just might.
Yeah, you are able to knock Amaryllant prone.
Okay, then can I use my movement to get on her,
Sure.
pin one arm under my knee, and then get my hand in her collar, and then push down on her neck so she can't talk.
Sure, I'll allow it.
And then he's gonna have his shield on his back, and then get low, and then just yell, "Hold on!"
Hellebore, seeing this just as you transform, what are you doing?
Be getting a running start, so that I can get up on here. I'm gonna use my movement to at least go 20 feet straight on here so that I can, Oh wait, actually, no, I don't even, no, this is amazing. Thank you, Tate. This is great. No, she's just gonna go up there and, I'm gonna go ahead and do a bite as a bonus action first.
Fuck,
Because
that
if
was
they are
also a
prone, I can do that.
Fuck. Okay. Damn it. There was something else I was gonna think of doing, but too late. Fuck it.
Go ahead and roll to hit.
I thought it was an action to do it though. Fuck.
That is 22 to hit.
Yeah, that hits. Well, are you
Oh,
attacking?
no, not you,
Sorry,
Amarilyn.
not me. I mean, I assumed it would have been because I am like fully on top of her. Like you cannot get to her without getting through me right now.
Yeah.
So it would be an attack roll on me. Anything you like do.
Or maybe cover?
Would it even be? I would if it,
It would be full
it would be-
cover
It
with,
would be full cover. I'm fully
especially
on
with the
top of
size
her.
differential, because Fernic is massive compared to the changeling.
Yeah.
Fair.
Yeah, there is no
Can
way
I not,
you can
like-
get to her without getting through me. And if you were to be making an attack, I would have like, as someone who's done like these types of combats, like he would be rolling into you slightly to brace, so there would just be no way to get at her through without going through Fernic.
Hmm.
And she is in a place right now where she cannot cast spells.
Not even verbal ones?
No, that's what the hand and collar pushing, like the way it is working. The hand is in her collar, and then his forearm is pushing down on her throat,
Hmm.
and then he's got her hand on his knee. I mean his knee on her arm. I mean on her hand, so she can't do somatic components either.
Alright, so is there's no way that I can just, like,
There's no physical way you
angle
can.
this?
No,
No,
not without getting through Fernic first.
You absolutely can. It's just you would have to get through Fernic first. You'd have to get Fernic physically off of her first.
Hmm.
Chuckles and did wrestling for 10 years.
Beautiful. How is the head obscured right now?
Under, like, in Fernic's neck or something. Or just under... I don't know what the exact size difference is, so I can't really picture it fully.
How tall is
she?
Fernic?
Fernic is like 5'3", I think. I mean,
Burnick is 5'3".
Yeah.
No, Burnick?
I'm 6'3",
I was
6'3".
gonna say.
Yeah, there's like
Looks
half
good.
a foot difference there.
Okay, yeah, so... If Fernic if Fernic is like able to, Fernic is like curling over her head. If that's what like looks like people are mostly going for.
Hmm.
But like most of his body is still like considering the way he is laying on her. The
changeling true form is about 5'5", 5'6" ish.
okay. Yeah. Like her head, considering if you were to have to pick a part to go for at her, the easiest would be her legs, because most of Fernic's upper body would be protecting her like chest and head. So the only real thing you could probably go for is her legs, but Fernic's tail is also there as well. So which adds more. You need to get through Fernic before you can get to her.
You know what? She's too fucking angry.
Yeah, I assume.
I'm gonna bite, and like, if you're in the way, you're in the fucking way. She's
Yes, ma'am.
going for. she's going for probably the eye sockets. Like, she's trying to get like both of her like fucking saber teeth like in the eyes.
Okay,
Those would
so
not be visible. I
yeah,
don't
your
think.
your attack would be against Fernic.
That would be against like Fernic's probably like upper back shoulders, if
Mhm.
that's what you were aiming for.
See, Burnick is prone right now, so advantage.
Yes.
Question mark?
Yes.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah. I mean,
Fuck him
Helgor
up,
already rolled an attack roll.
And that one hit, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
I wanna like. Yeah, no. There's a thing I could do here, but it would only make things worse. So.
And just how hurt did Amaryllis? That's not Amaryllis.
Amaryllis.
Amaranth.
Yeah, I forgot the name.
The moonbeam definitely seemed to hurt them quite a bit.
Okay, that's 13 on the bite.
Okay.
And then I also have the claw. Okay, wait, how does
The claw.
Ah.
So it says like if you knock them prone, then you can make one bite attack against as a bonus action. But is that like if you hit, like do you have to roll again to make that hit, or would that be just
Yes.
free? Like just
I'm pretty sure it would be you have to roll it again.
Yeah.
oh well, that's stupid and
It's
dumb.
making an attack.
Well, at least I get advantage though. Okay, that's a 21.
Hits.
Alright. Oh wait, I also get my d6 of necrotic on these.
You do, yes. The Cloak of Spore Shapes.
Okay. Alright, put 6 additional necrotic for the first one. And then for the second one, that is... 13 additional damage.
Pardon?
13 additional damage.
13 additional.
Total?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alrighty. Yeah, I mean that's pretty much all I can do. You can tell Helibor at this moment is not fucking thinking. There might as well be a wild animal in front of you.
Yeah, the changeling's not going to do anything, because right now the grapple that they're stuck in is what's keeping them alive.
Good on ya. Good on ya.
I believe that was Rain next.
Okay. I'm sorry, can you explain what just happened? I will.
Fernek is on top of the changeling.
Like the last 2 sentences that were said right before.
The changeling isn't going to do anything because the grapple that they're stuck in is what's keeping them alive.
Not for long. Rain would like to. Okay, so how I imagine it is Rain was like kind of sort of flanking, but not necessarily flanking. So Rain's probably closer towards like.
Okay,
behind.
Ayla, I'm going to stop you right there real quick. Helibor, I can understand. Would Rain seriously attack Fernek?
Oh, I'm not going for Fernek.
Fernek is your only
no.
option.
You can. There is no. Let me rephrase for everyone here. There is no physical way to get to this changeling without going through Fernek first.
Okay,
If you were attacking the changeling, you were attacking Fernek first, no matter what.
Really quick, can Rain see Amaranth at all?
She is visible,
Like,
and that's all
face
you
it off.
get.
That is all I need. Magic missile.
That one I can see.
Yeah, magic
yes.
missile very specifically cannot miss. Okay.
Yeah, thank you. I had a plan.
Oh, guys, that's crazy. Can you believe that Ayla actually thought it through?
We're gonna do
That's-
third level magic missile.
I need to read something.
Look how much doubt you guys had in her. Damn.
Ayla, I never doubted you, man.
Let me find my fucking D4s. Hold on.
Fernek, if you're looking at your aura thing, that's only
No,
one
no.
instance of damage. Okay.
Oh, the channel divinity thing?
You're taking the damage or
No, that's not
no.
what I'm looking at.
Okay. Yeah. No,
Hold on, but that does make it. That
And
does
it
make
is
this
separate
easier.
darts as well, though.
yeah. So it's each
So-
dart is its own instance of damage.
All right. So that's going to be 5 darts. So first one is going to be 5 points of damage.
5 points of damage.
Next one's going to be 4 points of damage.
4 points of
5
damage.
points of damage.
Because
5
okay,
points of
that is similar wording, so actually that doesn't change anything. Never mind. I was gonna rebuke the violent, but that is similar wording.
Oh, okay. So 5, 5, 4, 4. Wait, I forgot. One more. Sorry.
One more.
2.
Okay. Todd. What are you doing?
Well, I do have my glaive ready.
I will specify again in case you were not here.
Yeah, no,
Okay,
I got
good.
it.
Good. Good.
Amarillant
Todd
is
would
extremely
not attack
hurt.
Fernick, and Todd would not attack Fernick to get to them. So he's There's not much I can do to stop Hellebore though right now.
No, that's already yeah. I'm dealing with that. Don't even stress.
But Todd's also not necessarily like just because he's not willing to attack Fernick to get to them doesn't mean he's not on Team Kill Amarillo. So I don't think he would necessarily stop Rain either. But he will look down towards Fernick and say, whatever information they could give us is nowhere near as dangerous as the information they have on us.
I
Fernick.
did not say we let them leave.
There's no guarantee we can stop them.
I will guarantee it.
Should we not figure out who they are and why they are doing this?
I assumed you had no taken anything about that, considering.
Considering what?
Looks at like the
Bloody
places
feet.
where the yeah.
Oh, that's just to ensure their escape is minimal.
Their escape at the moment isn't available. They cannot breathe and they cannot move.
You might want to let them breathe, maybe. Maybe.
They can breathe just enough.
Interrogation then.
No fucking shit, Rain.
Alright. I'll try to
I'm
find some
gonna-
water source.
Alright, I guess I'll use my action on my turn. We're gonna go interrogation while Hellebore is trying to kill the turtle.
I was about to say, Hellebore
No,
is actively still like.
I have a thing that
I'm
could
going-
work.
On my turn, I'm gonna cast Zone of Truth.
Okay.
Okay.
That is a charisma save.
Yeah, which they could be good at.
You would know though, so.
Give me a sec. Okay, they're gonna willingly fail.
Alright. Can I? Is that the end of my turn? Would you allow me to ask questions? Me ask a question.
He can't speak right now,
Okay.
but you can.
We're gonna. Yep.
For the sake of it, all of you roll charisma saves, by the way.
Yeah,
I willingly fail.
Not
I
me.
do not willingly fail. And I get a natural 20 on my save, so
Ooh, damn. Speaking of natural 20s, does a soft 20 succeed?
it does succeed, yes.
Okay, cool.
Hey, Hellebore, you get
Is
a
not
light.
in the mindset of even trying to fight against it right now. She fails.
Alright, so since I saved and therefore can lie, I'm going to crouch down so that he can hear me better under Fernic and say, we do have questions for you, and if you answer them, we will let you go.
Actually, you know what? No, Fernic is gonna roll against this. Hold on. I just thought it's stuff. That's 25. Plus
that's
your
it.
other thing, yeah.
Should I roll deception?
Yes.
Whoa. Okay, that is a. Oh god, that's a 16.
Okay.
That's my go.
Okay. Fernic.
I'm gonna cast Calm Emotions.
Ooh, on Hellebore, I assume?
Yeah. I mean, it's an area of an effect, but
Oh,
mainly, yeah, it's 20 feet radius.
okay, that's a
And
12
I'm
for the
centering
changeling.
on me.
What type of save is it?
I think it's wisdom.
Charisma.
Oh, if it's charisma, that's a 20 for the changeling.
Okay, saves. But I less care about the party and about them, and just mainly Hellebore.
Mm-hmm. Hellebore, charisma save?
That is 17.
Fuck.
I mean, that's not even including that technically Hellebore would still get our bonuses from being
That
here.
is very true, actually. Yeah, yeah, there's actually no way that works. I'm gonna just take that back. Actually, there's actually no way that would work. That's a waste of a slot. I'm just not gonna do. I've completely forgot about that.
Hmm.
I mean, could sleep work?
Not at the health we are, I don't think.
Yeah.
Maybe you'll just have to use your words.
Yeah. Okay.
You ever tried calming down a saber-toothed tiger just by talking to him?
I mean, I mean, that is still. I mean, I do have like a 7 persuasion, plus I could do emissary of peace, which
That's
is
true.
5. So I will.
You are very persuasive.
No, don't even lie to me. Well, he is. I am not.
Fernic is very persuasive.
Fernic is fucking persuasive as shit. Like, oh my god. It's just I cannot speak. And crumble under pressure. So this was a bad mix for me. Trying to think of what could possibly be said. Especially with the way Tori has been describing Hellbore being, I still don't think that would work. Even a little bit.
Yeah, I'm just gonna give you a little disclaimer. I just genuinely don't think there's anything you could say right now.
Yeah, no,
like,
that's why I'm also not going to do it.
yeah.
Yeah, no, I guess we'll just meet Shield.
Yeah, just meet Shield during the interrogation. If anything, they should be very intimidated.
Yeah, no, guess we're just gonna meat shield the fucking intimidation. Okay. One sec, I need to heal. um, we have 2 paladins. I can waste most of my lay on hands on myself. I would just drop 30 points real fast at that on me. Is there anything I can do as a bonus action? I don't really think so.
You have no bonus actions.
Oh, I can cast Sanctuary, actually. I'm gonna do that. So you just cannot... Yeah, no, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna cast Sanctuary on myself.
Okay.
I feel like I zoned out again and missed a lot.
Pardon?
I feel like I zoned out again and missed a lot.
Actually, no, actually, no, that still would not work. Never mind, we're not doing that.
Hmm. They still get the bonus to the
You
saves.
still get bonuses. Fuck me.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. No, that's it.
That moment when your paladins are palading too good.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Prepares for another saber swipe. Hella saber swipe.
So now it's the changeling's turn.
Still doesn't do anything because can't
For
speak.
speaking purposes, I will have Frederick like take the arm off enough so that they can speak. But the moment they go to cast a spell, I'm gonna ready an action. The moment they go to cast a spell,
You
Yeah,
can't
they're-
ready an action. You use lay on hands.
is that an action? I thought that was a bonus. Oh no,
Lay
it
on
is an
hands
action.
is an
Never mind.
action. Yeah.
Fuck. Okay. Okay. Never mind. I thought that was a bonus action for some reason. Just now, even though I was fully aware earlier that it wasn't a full action.
Okay. So, are you letting them speak?
Ruh-roh.
I can take another Hell of War hit. I'll revert lay on hands to pull off enough, but the moment they go to cast a spell, Fernick is going to put his arm back down.
Okay. Got it.
I can take another Hell of War hit. I'll be fine.
Okay. It is Helibor's turn before the changeling.
Hittable.
Wait.
Do your worst.
I apologize. if you
Please,
have to-
please do your worst. Roll ones.
Oh. No. Get him, Tori. Roll natural 20s.
I can't wait for this to be the scene where Fernick dies.
Yeah, this is how Fernick fucking dies. Is right here.
By defending a traitor.
That's a 19 to hit on the
For
first
defending
one.
a traitor, for defending a traitor, he wants to kill after getting info.
Does a 19 hit?
Yes, it does.
Okay. That's 12 damage.
Okay.
And then wait, my 1d6. An additional 3, so
15.
yeah, 15. And then 5. Second one is 21 to hit.
Also
So,
hits.
yeah. That is 16 more damage.
We are sitting pretty. At 4 HP.
Okay.
Not even worried about it. I can go one more round.
All right. That's me.
Remind me, Todd, what you asked?
Who are you?
The changeling, as soon as or as soon as they are allowed to speak up. I am Felshir Thriandon. I was doing a job, I was practicing in the role, and I didn't expect to run into anyone that knew her.
The role?
Of Amaryllis?
For who?
I don't know.
You don't know who hired you.
No. It all comes through my... It's a complicated system. But there's full anonymity for the people who hire me.
You were willing to convince Hellebore to leave without us, with you. What was your plan?
They kind of pause for a sec before kill her quietly. Get her out of the way.
Okay. Rain's turn, I believe.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Duly noted. Rain definitely thinks that we can torture more information out of him.
No, we can't. We have one more question before Frederick basically gets off because he is satisfied, but he will let Rain ask a question.
Oh, no. Rain's not going to ask a question. That'd be silly.
Oh,
That'd be silly.
okay.
No, Rain wants to, the urge to fireball!
Oh, God.
God.
I really wish it was my turn.
It's your turn next.
It is. I just have to see what Rain does.
I mean, you could fireball. You'd kill yourself, but you could fireball.
No, Rain wouldn't kill himself.
Yeah, trust me. Yes, he would.
Okay, I'm fireballing. I'm trusting you.
What?
Rain-
No!
No!
How that does purely depend on how close you are, though.
Rain would be close enough to be caught in it, but Rain wouldn't kill himself. I'm not fireballing, but
Well,
okay. Can we do a what if
I
scenario?
think-
Roll the damage.
I think what Tate is getting at is he can rebuke the violent, so it would basically make you take double damage from your fireball because you're
Yeah.
also taking the damage he would have taken.
So what you're saying is Fernic would kill Rain.
Yes.
What if scenario? I am rolling that damage. 24.
Can
Okay,
you
so you're-
just take
You
your
do need
turn
to make-
instead of rolling a hypothetical turn?
Okay.
Are you committing to this? Because if you're committing to this, you're taking
No.
damage.
No,
It was
please
a
don't commit to
hypothetical.
this.
It was a hypothetical, but we are magic missiling, so.
Don't roll
Oh, yeah,
damage.
no.
He's unconscious.
Oh, well, I'm also going to put 1 damage to Fernic as well.
Oh. Okay. Literally had 1 HP after your last magic missile.
Oh my god. Okay.
I was just gonna grab it and inflict wounds.
So, sorry, Fernic, that is going to be 5 points of damage.
I will rebuke the violent then. Actually,
That's
that's a
fine.
waste.
You
That's a
don't-
waste.
you don't-
We have a
you-
paladin. That's fine.
You know, 5 points is enough to bring Fernic down right now, right?
Yes. Well, kind of. It's fine. Alright, so double
We
that.
have another paladin. It'll be fine.
So Fernic's unconscious and Felshir is unconscious.
And Rain takes 10 damage, right?
What?
No.
It takes 5.
No,
No. Oh,
Fernic
doesn't take
decided
any.
not to rebuke the violent.
Oh.
If I rebuked the violent, I would not be taking any damage, and you would be potentially taking 5 damage. 5 or 2. But that's a waste of a channel divinity on that.
Todd.
But this does make it to
Mhm.
where. Sorry, Fernix body is on top of
Fellowshares.
Changeling's body.
It's my turn. Yes.
Uh-huh.
I'm going to pick up Fernic, and, like sling him over my shoulder, and walk away and cast lay on hands on Fernic. And we're like 10 foot away.
Yeah, I think we're out of combat at this point. Hellebore.
Rain will approach Hellebore no matter what Hellebore is about to do. How messy it might get.
Okay.
Wouldn't
Well-
recommend that right now. You did just see Hellebore attack Fernic to get to this guy. You ever try to pet a dog that's eating?
Many times, don't worry.
Yeah, it's not recommended.
Guy is unconscious but still alive at the moment, right?
At the moment, yes.
Hello,
Okay, not for long.
Yeah, I was gonna
Um,
say, I take it not for long.
Hellebore hunky.
Hungry.
Yes. She,
Hungry boy.
the moment that, Fernic is removed, she sinks her fangs into, the top of the head and just rolls down, slitting them completely open, with her teeth, almost like a surgical operation, but a lot messier. And you see her just start to maul the individual. Like she is on top of them, ramming her head down, trying to inflict as much harm as she possibly can. They're dead. They're absolutely dead. But this is pure unadulterated rage that you were witnessing. She is essentially rolling on top of the body, biting off chunks, snapping bones. There is blood absolutely everywhere until it is just a mess of... You can't even tell it was a body. And then she's going to angrily begin to eat it.
Rain will let Hellebore do this, all while probably crouching, not in her space, but close enough to attempt to provide some sort of comfort as he watches Hellebore eat this changeling.
It doesn't take very long. She devours the guy. The longest part of it was her trampling them, just because it was so thorough. But when she actually begins to eat, it's all mush basically. It doesn't take that long. She kind of just stands there, panting for a bit, even after all the blood has been licked from the ground. There is almost no sign that there was even someone here. She has ate the bones. There's just a blood pile of like stained blood that she wasn't able to scrape off the ground. She you just see her turn her head over to you, Rain, and she whimpers. A complete 360 of what you just saw. It is gone, and you just see a look of not guilt for what you've done, but for what she's done, but guilt that you had to see that.
Opening up his arms, kind of offering like a hug of sorts, Rain will just say, "I'm sorry she wasn't real, Hellebore."
Hellebore approaches still, in her saber-tooth form,
and leans her head like kind of onto your shoulder and just in one swoop shrinks, turning back into herself. And as she comes into form, she's already hugging you, crying even as she is turning. It's a sobbing that you've not heard from her before. It's much more angry still. But she will just hold on to you a bit harder than is probably comfortable, and just begins to sob.
Rain will continue to embrace Hellebore, and he almost goes to say something. You can hear like it coming up in his throat before he goes quiet and just rests his chin on your head. He has no words that can help this, fix this. And looking around, realizing that Todd and Fernic are both busy, probably healing and tending to, well, Fernic's wound.
I was just gonna say, like, I was just gonna lay on hands Fernic and then go back to Hellebore, but sure. What kind of... do you not know Todd at all? Do you think I'm not gonna be there for Hellebore?
I mean, like, how long is it? Yeah, no, I know you're coming back.
Lay on hands is one action, my dude.
All right, probably seeing Todd returning then, Rain will continue to just hold Hellebore until her dad comes. Why are you so snuggly?
You get 35 health, by the way.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Yeah, I was just gonna give you the whole thing. Why not?
Okay.
Not like we have combat later on or anything.
I mean,
still have another
we don't have
45.
anywhere to go but back to the material now. No one's told us anything important is here. Rain.
Huh? What?
But anyway, go on.
Wait, is Todd not coming over?
No, I am. I'm coming over.
Oh!
I mean, seeing that Hellebore's already hugging Rain, I don't think he's gonna say anything. Because he also doesn't have words. There's not really words you can say for this.
Rain will just let Hellebore cry. He understands that this is something that just has to happen and let it run its course. So he'll continue holding Hellebore, keeping an eye out, making sure that, she's protected.
All right. Fast forward the normal 10 to 15 minutes of Hellebore crying.
We needed your wait to see if Fathom showed up anyway, so...
True. This is an awful time. Oh my god. She eventually, the crying kind of quiets just a bit to sniffs, as she begrudgingly still, kind of moves away from Rain, and looks over to Todd and Fernic. What's Fernic doing?
Giving space.
Oh! When she sees Fernic again, you can tell like she almost starts to cry again, like her breath hitches, and she just immediately looks away. I'm so sorry, Fernic.
Don't beat yourself up about it, kid. It happens.
It shouldn't. I'm still sorry.
It's okay. Don't gotta worry about it too much. Besides, I probably could have gone another round if it weren't for that one. And he points to Rain.
Rain shows no remorse. I'm gonna be honest. He
Oh, no,
shows
I'm fully aware.
We couldn't have let them go anyways. They knew far too much.
They were going to.
I only wish that we could have found out more information.
Do you? You seemed very against everything from the very beginning.
I'm always against everything. Don't take it personally.
I like how Rain is like, yeah, I just wish we could have talked to them longer. When Rain was the one that cast magic missile
Yeah,
on them twice.
when Rain was the only one actively dealing damage to them. That's the epitome of like that meme of some guy shooting that one guy in the chair and they turn the camera. Who could have done this?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it was. Why would blank do this?
Oh, why? Yeah.
Hellebore just kind of looks around at all of them and forces a smile. It's all right though. Nothing's changed. It's exactly as it was. I feel that I knew the entire time. I just did not want to mention it. Please. All that I ask is please do not let this sour your thoughts about her. Obviously, Dad, you're the only one that's met her, but I promise this is nothing like how she is. Nothing. She would never say those things to you guys. She would never say that to me. I was simply a fool that wanted to believe in something that I knew was not true. I can only hope that she is not too disappointed that I am like this, but it is what it is.
It's at this point that nearby there is a sudden increase in the bat population in a very specific spot. And stepping out of this about 7 foot column of bats, you see Fathom as the bats all kind of scatter. And immediately he drops to a knee and says, "You sent for me, my lord?"
Todd will look to Fathom a little solemn and say, "Indeed. Give us a moment, please, and stop calling me that."
He nods. Kind of stands and will step back quietly.
Looking back to Hellebore, giving her his undivided attention. Was Hellebore done talking?
Basically, I was about to say, I mean, she basically had ended her sentence
Okay.
like whenever that was done, but yeah, she doesn't seem, well, she seems sad, but she doesn't seem heartbroken or sorrowful or any. She just seems mad at herself for believing that for doubting her ability to tell when someone's dead.
Okay. Then scratch what I said. I thought Hellebore had more to say. Uh, uh, I'll turn to Fathom and say, indeed, I believed we had still more of our previous conversation to do. The Huntsmaster, quite, if I may, rudely interrupted us.
Huntsmaster can be a little self-centered at times. Excitable when the idea of a hunt comes up.
Well, I can't imagine I would be able to take you away from her, nor would I want to. But you've already agreed to help us, yes?
Whatever I may do.
I believe your connections are more thorough than ours. All I ask is information on Morlena's whereabouts, and should it come to it, perhaps your assistance and those you can convince to help us in getting to her.
He lingers on the question for a moment before he speaks up and says, I've reason to suspect that she has left this plane as well. Not this plane, the material plane. But, of course, for the sake of the crest hunt, she returns. But I believe she's housed herself in Shadowfell.
Of course.
That's as much as I can tell you in regards to her whereabouts. I've no idea where she is currently.
She is needed for the rituals. Yes? At least the last one?
I don't know much in regards to their rituals. I have a network of informants, but they are few and far between. And growing fewer.
Well, I apologize to have you sent all the way out here for such a short conversation, but we are in the midst of things. I trust your informants will be able to reach me then if you gather more information.
I will make sure the information reaches you one way or another.
And you may tell Huntsmaster that her hunt with Amaryllis,
She is already aware.
very good.
The contract specifically is set to tear itself should the soul ever sever from the body. She was also aware of who she truly was.
You see Hellebore start to shake in rage at this, and like her teeth crack. She's clenching her jaw so hard, but she doesn't say anything.
Todd thinks about this. That is quite annoying. But from what I know of her in character.
Yes. I myself was not made aware until the contract was torn.
Well, as much as I imagine Huntsmaster knows more about this, I prefer to deal with her as little as I can.
Many do, and I don't blame them. But I promise you, she is lovely if you get to know her.
I will give your word for it. And please, Phasm, my friend, no more calling me Lord. For
Yes,
both the reason of secrecy and of respect.
yes, yes, um,
Todd,
Todd. I
Yeah.
shall. She reminds me of D-Ray, you know? Huntsmaster?
does she?
She does.
May I ask who is ever trying to contract you to kill?
The changeling, whoever they were,
They gave a name. I didn't bother to remember it.
under the guise of being Amaryllis, hired us to hunt an archdruid. On the material.
Sure. It's fun.
That was as much as Huntsmaster allowed me to remember. For the sake of secrecy within the hunt, very few are allowed to speak with the contractors, few less allowed to remember. Not even Huntsmaster herself is ever able to remember the full details of a conversation or a contract.
A interesting method.
But what I can tell you for sure is that this archdruid was meant to be heading to the Gamsai Isle during the Harvest Festival. We were supposed to catch them off guard around the start of the new year.
If we find ourselves in that area, we may look into it.
Perhaps.
But I imagine we will not be on this plane for much longer. We should return as soon as we can.
Fathom kind of looks a little solemn and says, "Right."
I apologize to have to leave you so soon, but I am sure that one day we will have more free time, as it were.
No need to apologize. No need to apologize, Todd. Just promise me you're not going to get yourself killed, alright?
You know I cannot make this promise. All things must die at some point, and I have no control over when my death will be.
All things must end. Your father sure seemed to laugh at that concept in the face. I mean, look at us.
Well, we have not met our end yet. Does not mean we won't ever.
I suppose so. Then, how about instead you promise me that I'll see you again?
That I can do.
He smiles.
And I apologize for holding on to this information. I just would feel remiss to not make you aware. I believe I know where your soul is.
You see his eyes kind of widen. I thought it was destroyed.
I thought so as well. But we did meet someone sharing your name and general likeness who had, upon examination of a mirror, a fractured soul. It seems they are without their memories, but are working to repair their soul.
Mortem! Sorry, Todd! You know what this means?
Go on.
If my soul's out there, hers might be too. There might be a way to save her yet.
A fair point, but your soul seems to have taken residence in the plane of fire, and at the moment I do not have the resources to explore all of the planes to look for hers.
No, but this opens up so many possibilities. Todd, I need to ask a huge favor from you. The hunt that Huntsmaster owes you. If you can use it, call for a hunt to bring the soul alive, to find, capture, and keep it alive. We might be able to help her still. I don't have the authority to go looking for it without a hunt, but if you call for a hunt...
I was not aware you could call for a hunt and declares the target to be still alive.
Those are Huntsmaster's favorite. The thrill of the hunt and the strategy in having to keep the target alive, usually while the target goes down kicking and screaming.
Oh. Look to the party.
Look,
just any thoughts. Oh.
Just think on it, okay? I don't want to force you to make a decision now, but...
It is a good plan.
Might I interject quickly, Todd? I know you guys might be friends, but how do you know... It's been a while since you've seen each other last. How do you know this isn't some elaborate plan to get the Huntsmaster out of doing you a favor?
You believe that they orchestrated us coming to the Feywild and having the hunt, me saving the Huntmaster, her owing me a favor, and before all of that, setting up us meeting Fathom's soul?
No. Just... If I saw an opportunity to take it, to get one of my own friends out of owing an impossibly risky favor, I would do something like this. I'm just saying, it is a possibility. I'm not saying they orchestrated the entire thing. They might just merely be taking an opportunity that's been presented to them.
Perhaps, but I am Fathom's friend as well, and so is Marlena.
Then I believe the judgment should be left up to you.
For Halibor's part, she has been using Mold Earth to write during this, and has written, "Can I pet the wolf?" 10 times, and then, "Please, when you ask, like, don't act like it's for me, like, act like you want to do it, and then I'll say that."
That's good.
Teleport and see that, and then file. And I'll turn to Fernick before I ask Helivor's question.
Furnace got nothing.
I'll turn to Fathom and say, when we have a free moment, I will use this, call for this hunt. But before you go, one final question. When we speak with Huntsmaster to start this contract, is it possible to pet the wolf?
Mine? Snow?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't see why not. I could call for her now.
If you would.
He
squeals at this and like claps her mouth shut.
She does.
I'm learning your character. Oh god, here we go.
He puts his fingers in his mouth and does a wolf whistle, and you see, like, leaping over him. She had not been on the ground behind him, but the white, the like pure white furred dire wolf, piercing gray eyes, and identical teeth to Fathom's, kind of lands in front of him. And kind of immediately lowers into an aggressive stance before Fathom says, "Hey, Snow, it's okay. They're friends." And you see she kind of relaxes immediately.
I will fulfill what Halibor asked. I will reach out, let Snow smell my hand, as is tradition when petting animals.
Mm-hmm. Snow gives you a good sniff before kind of leaning into you a bit.
That I will reach out and pet Snow's head and fully expect Halibor to appear up my
Um, when Snow appeared, Hellebore, it's like a dog whenever like they see their buddy and their tail just immediately starts wagging, like the biggest, happiest grin ever. She is so impatiently waiting for like Todd to make the first move, and then she's. I feel like Hellebore has mastered the art of like lunging at an animal in pet ways without triggering its aggression. That's what she's gonna try to do. She is fucking petting this, like this is so up her alley. This is literally her favorite type of animal ever, and it's like, yo, we're both white, we match. We could be buddies.
Go on.
Snow, there is Hellebore. You register visible effort not to show excitement from Snow, as she kind of like glances back towards Fathom, and he just gives her a smile and says, "Enjoy yourself," and immediately her tail starts wagging.
As soon as Hellebore is there, Todd finishes his patting of Snow's head and then turns to Fathom and says, "It has been a difficult time for her recently. I thank you for this moment of solace."
He nods and says, "How many siblings does she have? Do you know? I never took you for the father type."
On her mother's side, would have no idea. And on my side, I would have no idea.
He smiles, and he says, "That's just like you, isn't it?"
I The ones that I am aware of, I have tried to be in their life, but looking back to Halibor with the wolf, clearly there are ones that I wasn't aware of.
Halibor is now direwolfed, playing with the other one.
Fathom smiles at the two of them before looking back to Todd, and he says, I think we have a lot of catching up to do eventually, when all this is over.
I agree.
I want to hear all about what you've been up to, and I imagine you'll want to hear about what I've been up to.
Oh, immensely so. It has been trying to keep myself from asking, but there are too many things at stake at the moment to be sidetracked.
Far too many things. I hope that we can find a way to end things with Morlena peacefully.
I agree.
But if there isn't another option, promise me you won't hesitate.
I never do.
Good. Because as much as I pray that there could possibly be a way to end this peacefully, no matter who is there to answer said prayers, the damage she has done is far too great. And if no opportunity to end things peacefully presents itself, she cannot be allowed to continue living.
In this we are like-minded.
Good. I should go. But I can leave Snow with you for a little bit. She'll come when I call her.
I appreciate this nowhere near as much as she does. Yeah, gesturing towards Halibor.
Yeah, I knew who you were talking about. Fathom just nods and says, yeah.
And now we have the awkward goodbye.
I'd say you know how to reach me if you need me, but you know how to reach Huntsmaster once.
Indeed. I have gone, who knows how many years without needing you so far.
I suppose so.
But
You always were more capable than me and her combined.
stay safe.
You
We're
too.
as safe as you can be on Sahara.
I've made it this long. The benefits of our condition make it especially hard for us to die.
Indeed.
A blessing and a curse.
Speaking of, I have never done this, so I wonder how obvious it is. Also, I suppose you might not be affected. I broke one of the rules.
You broke one of the contracts.
Indeed.
So that's what I felt.
Needed to be in water to save them.
You realize how stupid that was? But I guess I can't fault you. If it was to save your friends, I imagine you'd have broken any of them. And as
It is-
stupid a decision as that is, I can't blame you.
It is more than this. They are necessary. We cannot allow them to die.
Right. You always were the sentimental type.
Well, I hope you enjoy your newfound hobby of swimming.
I suppose I shall have to see if I can convince Solstice to teach me. It has been 5 aeons, I think. It's hard to keep track of time here.
If you were not aware of what the feeling was, hopefully vampires everywhere still assume they cannot.
I think most would be too scared to try.
We can use this to our advantage.
But as soon as they find out, all hell breaks loose.
Well, we must be off.
Yes, sorry. It's just been so long.
Of course.
Well,
Fathom.
I shouldn't delay you any longer. And as he says that, he kind of brings his hands close together in a visibly arcane gesture as that swarm of bats kind of recollects around him, and as they disperse, he is gone.
Rain would like to lean over to Fernick and just ask, do old people goodbyes always take this long?
Yes.
You'd be surprised.
I apologize for how long it took me to say goodbye to my friend I hadn't seen in 3,000 years.
Most of the time, it's actually longer. I'm surprised this one was so short.
I did have a question I wanted to ask, but I guess I'll just ask it to you instead, Todd. The swimming thing. Did he already know how to swim and just forget it, or has he really never known how to swim?
Fathom?
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, I don't imagine that would have come up in the time that you knew him.
Mm-hmm. I was always quite fond of swimming, and I did it frequently when I was alive. But
What changed?
I wonder.
Truly a mystery.
Maybe I can pick the hobby back up.
Philip
Anyway.
was kind of like zooming, like during just all of this. Like, by the way, like there's just like wolves frolicking in the distance. But I do imagine that like listening in on the like Helibor's greatest fears of vampires going and killing her. She forgets that people are not druids and approaches like tail between her legs, looks up at Todd and starts like doing a whine bark, waits expectantly for an answer.
Halibor, I am sorry that I have made no progress in learning how to speak wolf.
If a wolf could blush, it's this. And then she turns back.
Oh yeah. Sorry, I was just going to say, that like, I don't think that you should feel bad about it because, I've actually like, well, I have a page like dedicated, here.
She whips out her book, goes to about 20 pages of this book, kind of flips through them, and it is a vampire survival guide of like, um, and then points to the water section, which is honestly pretty small.
I've actually thought that that was like not really that useful to begin with, because like it has to be running. So if you're in like, you know, a swamp or something, then like it doesn't really do anything because it's like stagnant. And if you're in like a pond that doesn't have good flow, that doesn't really do anything either. And like if you think about it, like a lot of like the world is like, you know, like by the time like a vampire wants to kill you, even if there's like a river in the distance, you're not going to make it there in time. You're going to be dead. So like it's actually really not that useful. Plus I can show you fish
Yeah.
now.
In the wild, it is not that useful. I chose running water because I believed stagnant water would limit us too much. It was meant more so that it could be weaponized as a moat.
They could just fly over, right?
Yes, preserve methods of seeing this as well. Again, the purpose of it was not to keep us from attacking people, only to hinder us.
Well, I mean, that makes sense. Like, you still had to keep yourself, like, at an appropriate cool level. You couldn't, like, weaken yourself too much.
In any case, I believe we have spent far too much time here, as is. We should return to the material.
Halibert is a walking pet.
Guess we start heading back to the temple?
Okay.
Question mark?
Sure thing.
Hey, I'm glad you agree. Your opinion is very important to me.
Womp womp. And there you go. There she goes.
Oh, Ayla broke. Words. Hang on. It's about 2 hours into the travel when Snow's ears seem to pick up a sound that the rest of you can't hear, and she turns and leaps and vanishes into the air.
Poor frowns, but remains remarkably composed. She doesn't completely break down crying. There's a single tear. She just kind of waves a goodbye.
I'm sorry, I missed stuff. What happened?
About 2 hours into the travel, Snow left.
Oh, damn. I wanted to ask, is Rain capable of summoning Harbor?
Rain would not try. Actively.
Rain would what?
Not try.
Not attempt to summon Harbor right now. Harbor's on
Alright.
vacation. That would be his explanation.
Fair enough.
He's a good, familiar holder. You know, they get vacation, free healthcare.
Doing better than me.
Full dental and vision.
He's a he's a good employer.
Very good. You guys should honestly join his group. It's pretty good benefits. Can you stop that? You are so needy.
It is around the time of sunset that you see the temple in the distance.
Rain is going to kind of briefly pull Halibor off to the side. Just real quick. Like it's not like an obvious, hey, we need to have this conversation be absolutely private, but Rain's going to just kind of pull Hellebore away and just ask, "Hey, do we want to tell him?"
Wait, what did you say?
Rain will pull Hellebore off to the side and just ask, "Hey, should we tell him?"
She looks as confused as I was at first. Um, she kind of like blinks, and tilts her head, like puts all 4 of her hands on her chin. Thanks.
You were there too. I got to do the slap, but I feel like this is something that you could also you got to have a part in it as well.
You can see the light bulb as she kind of snaps her fingers. Oh!
I think I tried to block that from my memory or something maybe. Yeah, that did happen.
I mean, if you don't want to, I can tell him it's perfectly fine. But I just wanted to give you the chance to, because it's kind of cool, and I feel like recently I've been giving out a lot of secret information or holding the secret information. Both happened recently. But since we both were there, should kind of be discussed between us. What do you think?
I mean, like,
Alibor can put together, obviously this is Mara. She literally saw her in a dream before and described her, and Todd was like, yes, this is who this is. She also knows, according to the temple, this is who killed Todd. Her opinion is not going very high right now. She is very obviously, she kind of gives, a worried expression.
that's who killed him, though. She's a total and complete bitch.
I know, that's why I think we should let him know.
Yeah, but it's
Why let him worry about something that, he probably won't have to worry about right now?
yeah,
Hmm.
No,
Because
you're right. You're right. If they were well, I don't want to say strong enough to do it because it was in the back, that's the most cowardly thing ever, honestly, you. But anyways, since we should probably mention it so we can be on the lookout. Oh, he can't go in water now.
I can still go in water. We just got to be careful.
Okay. I can break the really bad news if you want me to do it.
Well, I mean, it's up to you. I can break it too. But I don't know. I've already done one thing. I gave it a slap. I like to imagine Todd is in the corner with his super hearing, just what the fuck are they on about?
She kind of thinks about it.
Honestly, I totally forgot about the slap thing. After that happened, I just thought you kind of slapped him out of nowhere. But I mean, Rain, I still don't think you should have done it. That's the gall. Can you imagine killing someone and then coming back and then being haha, slap them for me? Ew, that's so mean.
I know it was mean, but I want to be able to go in water, okay? I don't want to be cursed from going in water. Not that I go swimming often. Plus, it was just a slap. It wasn't anything. Stab him in the back for me.
Okay. I need to approach this delicately, but I can do it. I can totally do it, Rain.
I will be right with you every step of the way.
Alfor turns around and approaches Todd like someone who has to tell them that their family member just died. That kind of energy. of like just awful news. She I imagine like we're still kind of walking, so she kind of like walks beside him for a bit, like glancing over worriedly a few times. I imagine she kind of has Rain like nearby for like mental support.
Mhm.
she'll look up.
Dad.
Yes, Halibor?
Uh, so, okay, so me and Rain, like, when we were drowning and stuff, I wasn't like withholding this from you intentionally. I'd like honestly forgotten about it because like a lot was going on and stuff. And I think that it was just such a bad and terrible experience and I was like so mad and shocked during it that I think I just tried to like block it from my memory. But we were like drowning and like, we saw Mara and stuff and it was like really weird. Like, she was all like, "Oh yeah, like, like tell him I'm alive and stuff." I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I know this is like really bad news and like she's like, the biggest bitch ever and like killed you and I hate her. I was mad the entire time. It's another person we have to kill and we already have to kill so many people. I'm sorry.
Rain's like blinking, like, what?
Todd also looks a little confused. And it just says, Mara is alive?
That's what she said.
That
You know,
Rain, go on.
Todd, I hate to say it, but I feel like you should stop assuming all your friends are dead.
It appears it appears as though you're not wrong. This is great. I'm happy to hear this.
Helibor looks like she's about to like she was walking and then like trips in the sand and almost falls when you say that. And like he straightens back up and like looks over like she's trying to like decipher the word of like a cryptic message and then like snaps her fingers.
Oh, yeah. This is good. If she's alive, that means you can kill her back.
Todd shakes his head. This is no. Hello, you must understand. We were at war. I no longer hold it against her, what she had to do to me.
Helibor
Yeah.
contemplates this for a long bit.
To be clear, of all of the heroes, Mara was the one I was closest to.
She snaps back at this, like snaps to.
That makes it like way worse though. I mean, I've like I love you guys. I've like never had the urge to stab you in the back and kill you ever. I don't think that's a thing most people do.
I don't think she wanted to.
For next to with bite wounds. Sorry.
I mean, Felix got a point.
Renek's got a point. He doesn't say anything, but like he just kind of stands there. No.
I don't believe Mara took pleasure in my death. Halibor, how would you feel if you were forced to kill one of us?
Was she forced to?
Vor is a funny thing.
Hmm.
I pray you never have to experience it.
Yeah. I mean, it seems kind of bad. I don't know though. I mean, I'm pretty sure like the last thing I would resort to is like, stabbing my best friend in the back personally. I mean, maybe that's just me, but like.
Well, it was the last thing she resorted to. Vor had gone on for many years by that point.
I mean, there's always the option to just let you win. That'd be the most valid option anyways.
Perhaps, but for blind people, I could have easily stood down as well, but I did not. I forced their hand, and they did what they felt they had to.
And this seems like a big deal to a lot of people, so I think that it would make me feel not as stupid if I knew. What was this about? Usually wars have like a reason or something. Like, usually it's not just like for nothing, I think.
Alright, here's where I am at. I believe it makes sense on this journey, where everyone is around and it is only us around, that it makes sense that Todd would explain this. I don't feel like I have time to before I have to go to work.
Can in 30 minutes.
Yes, I just don't like the time constraint.
Just like, okay,
What was that?
points it for us. Make a PowerPoint.
I cannot understand you.
I can't either.
Motherfucker. Just make a PowerPoint. PowerPoint it for us.
Yeah, I'll do that in 30 minutes. Okay, Todd will look to the group. Is everyone paying attention?
Let's go.
Brandon looks up from doodling in his book. Huh? What?
I feel now is as good of a time as ever. If you have questions about my life as Mortem, you should ask them now. Well, it is only us.
Helibor is ripping her book open so fast she's paper cutting her hands actively. Like, she's so ready.
Well, we can start with the first one. What was it about?
It was about defending the gods. I apologize, Talon. I might spill many secrets here.
Go ahead. I was entirely aware this was always a possibility the moment you introduced Todd.
Rain.
Yes. Sorry,
You-
my internet's cutting out.
Sorry. Ernick for sure knows. Hellebore likely doesn't. I want to know what your perception is of Zavor before I explain what really happened.
Rain looks so put on the spot right now. I mean, I don't know enough about it to really form that big of an opinion on it, to be honest. Like, it was way before my time. I guess I've never really put it into much thoughts as to, like, oh, hey, these guys were bad, these guys were good. It was more, it was just like I don't know, a story growing up, I guess. Bad guys versus good guys.
And the good guys won.
As they do.
What do you believe the good guys were doing?
Rain would have been raised on that the heretics started it by killing Scriptor in the council chambers. The council were trying to, or were tasked by the gods with avenging that death and preventing the evil gods from taking over.
Give me just a moment.
Okay.
I'm so sorry about that. Oh, hello?
Hello?
We can hear you.
Hello.
Okay. Okay, sorry. My dad called. Anyways, Rain was raised on the heretics side?
No, Rain was raised on the story that the heretics started the war by killing Scriptor in the council chambers, under the orders of the evil gods, and then the council were tasked by the gods to prevent the evil gods from taking over, and in order to do that, they had to fight the heretics.
Okay. I imagine Rain probably he wouldn't dive into it too much. He's trying to as to not really show Todd that he's necessarily biased or anything, and like he doesn't want to hurt Todd's feelings. He doesn't think that badly of him. I mean, he's met the guy, and so Rain will just kind of shrug. I mean, like, I think I was raised on pretty much the same. I was told the same stories, at least that I feel most of the population was given.
I know. Hellebore was not.
Are you? I really don't think I should be the one to explain this. I mean, given my education system versus everyone else's, perhaps Brennick, why don't you give this one a go?
I beg your pardon.
Congratulations, Nate.
I zoned out for like half a second while Rain was explaining his fucking side, and now I hear my name. What happened?
Yep, you're being volunteered to give the history of the war.
In all honesty, I don't think like at the time Fernick was in a position to really care when he was alive. I mean, not for when he was alive, but like before everything happened.
Mm-hmm.
with him, and then he just, I don't know, I don't think it ever really crossed his mind. I don't think he had an opinion. It was a bunch of dumbasses doing dumb things. I'm gonna just chill over here.
Okay.
I think it was like I'm not,
Todd
yeah.
Todd shakes his head and says, I am simply, Rain, trying to establish a baseline. As I know it, as a story you have been told, is that the, the heretics, as you call us, were attempting to kill the gods.
And they stole
And
things from
that our parents were helping us. And your good guys stopped us, and they destroyed a city over it. None of this is true.
Okay, so this is this where you tell us what is true and what isn't? Like, so your parents didn't help you?
Our parents did help us.
So some of it is true.
None of their parents helped them.
Oh,
This the heretics, as you call us, the gods, against their attackers, the rest of the council. They believed all of the divinity should perish. And we believed otherwise. So, Vorvis fought. And the winning side decided they wanted to be painted in a better light. We were branded as heretics and hated.
Halibor just looks up with like complete confusion.
Wait, I'm confused. So, like, did the gods just, like, give up or something? Like, did they just decide to, like, go up and chill away and, like, what?
No. This is heavy on Todd as he says this. Visibly so. The our side lost. Oxum and his council defeated us and accomplished their goal. There are no more gods.
Halibor just gets a look of like complete shock that melds into sadness, grief, and just pure empathy as she processes that.
So, all of the millions of, like, religious people that there have been throughout the years and still are everywhere don't know this and are just living like a total and complete lie about it. And like the heroes knew that they were so evil and no one would like this that they had to like make shit up and make themselves look good and you guys bad because they knew what they did was evil.
Not quite. The heroes, to my understanding, believed that people needed comfort, and it was much easier to allow them to thank the gods for still alive. But as far as I'm aware, none of them remain.
Helibor is actively crying at this point. um. She eventually just kind of like looks back up, with a hurt smile.
He's not like that though, right? Like I'm sure they were probably awful and terrible, but then when you talk to them later, they were like so sorry about it and like felt so bad, and then that's like why you decided to stop the crest hunt, is because you're a very forgiving person and they felt awful about it, right?
D-Ray was sorry that it happened, and sorry that she felt it was necessary. I do not hold the vote against any of them. It was a difficult time for all of us, and the gods were not always as helpful as even I would have liked them to be.
Helibor looks like she was just shot when you weren't immediately like, oh my god, Deer is so fucking sorry. Oh my god. She just shakes her head.
Um, I think there's like a word for that. It's called genocide, and that's like generally not a good thing under any circumstances ever. That's like a totally negative connotation because it's a totally negative thing. Um, I'm so sorry. Truly so sorry.
It is what it is. Truthfully, at the time, many of us on our side fought merely because we believed if the gods died, the world would end. And here we are, many thousands of years after their death, and the world goes on, not even knowing they're dead.
Awful. Have you tried to bring them back? Surely there would be a way to bring them back. Like, there's almost always a way to bring things back.
Not this. I don't believe they exist anymore. If they did, they would have had the power to come back. They are destroyed. Gone.
Halibor just looks back at her book in contemplation for a bit.
So,
Are you watching what she's are you watching her actions at this moment?
yes.
Okay. You see her go to the first page of her book that has the list of names, and she takes her pen and almost stabs a hole through the page as she crosses out Diray's name.
Todd looks saddened by this and says, I cannot control your thoughts on her, but I do ask that you do your best to forgive her. It took me many thousands of years to do so.
I do not think that all the time in the world could ever make me forgive someone who ruined your life, Dad, but I'll keep that in mind.
So, that was question number 1. Any others?
Out of everyone, who all still, or at least those that you know of, who are still around?
Then I returned to the material. 4 heroes were publicly alive. They were Amantis, Cerulean. Was it Cerulean? Yes. Amantis,
Yes.
Cerulean, Fauna, and D-Ray. I killed Amantis myself. Cerulean and Fauna fell at the hands of Morlina and Fathom. D-Ray was the only one I am sure was left alive. But that was many years, thousands of years ago, and she has not been seen since. Any others that are still alive are, like me, keeping it secret. However, I struggle to see how they could possibly. Our sides, the heretics, as you call them, were not struck by the curse of aging. Their side was. And as far as I am aware, none of them received my father's gift. Surely they would have perished of old age by now.
How long did Ventarius usually live?
DM?
Before the curse, they lived eternally. After the curse, after the curse of aging, they developed a lifespan akin to that of elves. So up to 1,000 years.
So I will say that.
Alibor seems to be doing math in her head before she just looks up to you again with probably the most serious look that you have seen her give. You don't wish any of them dead now.
No. I regret what I did to Amantis. And what I ordered to have done to Cerelian and Fauna. So, 3 of them were quite lovely, and I wish you had gotten to know some like I had.
You can tell Helibor's not buying it. She's looking at you with the look of someone. It's that mix of like pity and concern that you give someone who's in like a toxic relationship and doesn't realize it. Like, like, how do you not see this type of thing? But she does her best. Kind of nods and swallows a bit. You can kind of see as you give the don't want them dead. I honestly, I just feel like Helipor's obvious enough, and you might know this well enough to be able to put this together. But she was actively trying to, like, once you gave the lifespan on there, trying to, like, calculate how long she possibly had to get powerful enough to hunt down and kill all these people. But as you say that, she... At least it seems puts it on the back burner. You think, as she kind of nods. She's still crying, by the way.
I believe that is probably a good place to end tonight's session.
Oops, I was muted anyway.
Hee
I was in the middle of saying, are there any other questions? But that is a good point. I do need to leave very soon.
Yes. So, thank you guys for coming. And I will see you all next week. Bye-bye.
hee.
Mwah.